Sometimes it's pain that seems so overwhelming that we just shut off.
Sometimes we look down on ourselves that we're not perfect and we don't feel like we're good enough.
Different types of social media use have been linked to anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem among today's youth.
Everyone is constantly comparing to each other and judging each other. We can't put our worth into those numbers.
And it's not just the youth.
How are we going to make it through this?
And it's hard to navigate through a lot of the time and figure out what your place is, what your purpose is.
Annual financial cost of depression in the United States, $210 billion. The idea to produce a lyric-driven, faith-promoting music album to combat depression had been stewing inside of Paul Cardall for some time. In November of 2017, it was time to act.
Worth of Souls is the fastest album I've put together. We started the project asking the artists to get involved. In December, we started laying down all the scratch tracks in the studio.
The artists involved in this project range from college students to Nashville recording artists to American Idol contestants. They varied in upbringing and religious beliefs, but stood united in sharing a message of God's love with those who desperately needed to hear it.
It's kind of just like a lifeline to help others and lift them out of their pain.
We want people to know that mental illness doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you.
In April of 2018, the Worth of Souls music project debuted at number 20 on Billboard Music's Christian charts. Since that time, stories and feedback have started coming in. One listener wrote, "I recently lost my mother. The shock and sadness have been overwhelming. Come as you are helps me realize our Savior's love."
So lay down your hurt, lay down your heart, come as you are.
Another listener was so touched by the music that he flew from Rhode Island to Utah for the album release concert.
I met him after the show. He had long hair, tattoos. He was emotional, and he just was like, this album has changed me. It's pointed me to God.
Another listener has been dealing with deep depression that had affected personal relationships and cut short a church mission. He wrote, "I was mad at God for taking my grandfather. I fell into a dark place in my life. Worth of Souls has helped mend my broken heart, feel less depressed, and see God's plan."
I think for me, religion and music go hand in hand.
Music is truly a universal language.
I honestly don't know what I would do without music.
As modern science continues to discover the impact of music on anxiety and depression, it's important for all of those affected by depression to realize there's hope. Hope for those surrounded by sadness.
He loves us as we are.
Hope for those who feel alone and in the dark.
When you are in those dark times, especially turn to Him, don't turn away.
And hope for those friends and family members who interact with them.
God is there and He is listening.
You are loved.
You can turn to Him no matter what. I'm thankful I didn't give up.
There's nothing in the world that you could do that would change the way that He feels about you, the way that He loves you, the way that He cares about you.
If you or someone you know is in emotional distress, please call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255 or visit worthofsoulsproject.com.